All right, and we're live. Welcome once again to Masculine Geek. This is Masculine Geek number 185, live stream AD&D game session 33. I'm going to give a shout out to Rollo, the Rational DM, for coming up with a new background banner for the Masculine Geek Advanced Dungeons & Dragons broadcast. We have some other cool overlays for you too. And you're also muted, Rollo.
Well, that's not good.
Well, I'm good.
No, you're not. So, without further ado, and it's been 2 months since we played last as you as the DM. we're gonna need a recap and take it away.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So you guys, let's see. You guys got into the lower sections of the stockade, the slaver stockade, and the last time we left you, you were where'd it go? You guys were here. I'll zoom in on that in a second. Actually, let's do this. Much better. Let me know that if I get over that. If you want to take out the title, we can do that too. But I will. So
yeah, I'll get rid of the banner now.
All right. So this is where you guys were. As you recall, this room over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think you guys are good. I have to switch between like the program and perfect. Okay. As you can see over there in this section right over here, this is where you found the room that magnet, which had all of your gear attached to it. Since then, you have been able to go and recover your gear, and oddly enough, you haven't run into any patrols and have been able to kind of rest up here for what you think is about maybe 2 hours, maybe 3. Enough time to earn you back a couple of spell slots.
All right. I will pick mine out right now.
Right. And Grot, you are over here patiently feeding your badger. Duncan is snoozing. Aldemar is snoozing. Lupo is kind of snoozing, and Rothos is an elf, so he never sleeps. And Gray is kind of
Drew, change your name.
Prayer.
Oh shit! I got mine.
God damn it.
Settings.
All right. And so you guys are in this room. Let's see. Since you have been here, I'm gonna get this going. Okay. Gray, you notice that Lupo's still reading the book, the half.
He's still acting
together religious book. No, not really. In fact, he's kind of snoozing now. He had it open, but he's just kind of snoozing. So he's not really actually reading it right now. You guys are exhausted because you've been going at it for a while. Aldemar, TJ, roll me a D20 real quick while you're sleeping, and Duncan, you roll me a D20 as well.
All right, 1 second. I rolled a 16.
16.
11. Yeah.
So Aldemar, this is only for you. Nobody else knows this. Okay. When you are sleeping, you have kind of like the same kind of vision, like dreams again of like seeing through the eyes of that Cooper's hawk once again.
Oh, shit.
It's the first time you've had this happen to you since you've come into the stockade. And it's as if you're looking down at a group of what looks like a slave train of some sorts. And from like the perch of like a very tall pine tree looking down on what looks like, you can barely make it out just because you're half asleep when you're doing this. But apparently your familiar, your Cooper's hawk, is somewhere close by because it only happens when you are like either concentrating on it or you're asleep and you don't concentrate on it. So you have those visions once again, but the vision that you see from like sort of a bird's eye view is you see the what looks like a slave train of some sorts. There's a group of what look like humanoids. You can't really make out like exactly, faces or clothing or anything like that, but they're being driven along by what look like hobgoblins to you. Again, this is a vision in the outside, so it's not underground or anything, obviously, but you're sort of getting this vision from your familiar, which is somewhere outside of all of this. So the idea is that it's probably nearby. Now, no one else knows this except for you. Duncan, you are dead ass asleep. Sorry. And Grot, what are you doing? You've got what did you name the badger yet?
His name is Benny.
Benny. All right, so he's with you. Benny. And let's see, what else do I have going here?
I fed him. I fed myself.
Okay.
There are no other doors out of here. This is just a safe spot for us to rest, right?
Well, there's the door that is the only other door is the storeroom door, or I should say that it looks like kind of a barracks is what you're in, but this is the only real door that's that you came in and came out of. Again, the chest, there was a chest in here, but all it contained was chains and manacles, and that's about it in here. It had been used at one time. It's clearly a guard room that is well used, so sticking around here is probably not a good idea for much longer.
Grat suggests we move out.
Blodgett, Robert, roll me a d20. If you would be so kind.
I rolled a 4.
A 4. Okay. Since you are kind of like snoozing up against the door over here, every now and then you hear what sounds like might be some sort of like air or wind kind of blows past the door, which seems a little bit odd to you, considering how far underground you are. Okay. Rothos you are completely engrossed in studying your spell book, so nothing for you. And Gray, you are praying so you can get your spell slots back. But that's about it. Lupo is dead asleep right now as well, with the book in his lap. Aldemar's asleep. Duncan's asleep. Grot is feeding Benny. So, let's go around the horn. Blodgett, what are you going to do? You are awake. And let's see. Since I have this beautiful thing, that'll let you know who's up.
Right. I'm curious and ask Rot and anyone else who's awake if they think we should turn the magnet back on now that we've gotten past it. Since whoever left it on will probably be surprised that it's off, and it may come in handy having it on. It may end up screwing us over if we have to egress back that way past it again. So I just throw it out there for the group, and I also share my insights onto the fact that someone or something keeps moving through the hallway with enough force that it's moving wind.
All right, Grot, you hear this. Gray, you're kind of half hear this because you're kind of studying right now.
Rare. Yep.
All right. Lupo's waking up just a little bit. And Duncan and Aldemar are still asleep, but Grot, you do hear this.
Grat say we must good idea to leave, but turn magnet back on and can guard our ass with that.
Okay.
And we go up other way. And now that we know, now that Grat and rest know that magnet can be turned on this way, we easily turn it back off.
Okay. Then I will turn the magnet back on.
Grat no tactics.
Okay. You'll go in there and do your work. Okay. Lupo's now awake, and Gray, you are done with your moment of prayer. Rothos, you're still studying. So let's move to Gray. What are you going to do, Gray? Lodges,
Well,
move past you. He's in the control room over here.
I've got my spells prepared. I think we already searched this whole thing here.
Yeah, where you're at.
I suggest that we keep moving and go down further along the hall.
All right.
We can't just stay here. We'll be discovered eventually.
You look over and you see Aldemar's kind of fitfully sleeping. Duncan, of course, is actually. I should put you guys over here.
I tie Aldemar's bootlaces together while he's sleeping. No.
All right. Roll a D20.
Can I roll for perception to know if this is going on?
I got a 19. Are you asking me? I just rolled a 19.
He's not doing that. He's only messing with it.
You do it very stealthily.
Oh, you are? Oh, shit.
Duncan is there.
You old bastard.
Noble, roll me a D20 right quick.
He's wearing Velcro boots.
Senor Noble.
8.
8. Okay, you're still asleep. All right. Grot, you're here. What are you going to do?
I'm going to wake up Duncan.
All right. Now you're awake, Duncan.
and then I wake up Aldemar and I tell him his boots tied.
Okay.
Bootlaces tied.
Okay. CJ,
I get up and I immediately start untying them. Like I'm assuming that they've been tied.
Gray think he's funny.
It was the ghost.
You think it's funny? You think it's funny? Oh, how so?
I do. Lupo is lighting the bullseye lantern and catching it. Rothos is now studied up. Rothos, you may do something now if you choose.
I guess So I see them doing all this. I look up from my book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I peek out the door.
Okay.
I just kind of get up and peek out the door to see if there's anyone out there.
Okay, so there's no light in the hallway, so you will have to rely on your infravision, and you can see probably what is it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You can see to right about here in the dark.
Do I see any sort of heat signatures of any kind?
No, nothing at all. And then you can see all the way to the end of this hallway here, and you do not see any heat signatures whatsoever.
Do I hear anything?
Roll D20.
15.
You hear what could be like just a very slight wind. There's some kind of breeze, or there's some kind of moving of wind, passing of the wind in here.
Can I feel which direction it's coming from?
No, not really. I mean, you could step out on a hallway if you want to. You're peeking out, remember?
So I'm going to kind of hug the wall as I come out.
Okay.
And just kind of get my head out to feel like where the wind is coming from and going.
You don't feel any wind in the passage, but you can now tell the direction of the wind. It's almost like a hissing sound, but it's kind of like a passing of wind, I guess, down towards the bend in the hallway over here.
So going up the hallway, like blowing that.
It's coming from that direction for sure.
Oh, so blowing.
It's coming towards. You hear the sound is coming from this way, but it's very faint. You're probably no one else. Well, maybe Blodgett could hear it, but only you. What do your elf ears hear, Rothos?
So I'm gonna just hugging the wall there, kind of go over and kind of peek around that corner.
Okay. You're going to move here very carefully. Okay. Lupo has the lamp lit, and he comes over to you, Gray. And are we moving?
I said, no, just
are we ready?
He's going to go down the hall and see what he can see, and we're going to wait. And if he doesn't die, then we'll follow him.
All right, so Lupo, move over here. Let's see. Blodgett, you're up. Where are you going?
I will follow Rothus because as a mage, sending him out scout seems kind of silly to me. So I will follow after him, trying to be very quiet and hang toward the shadows and try not to appear very obvious.
So I'm guessing I don't know that Blodgett's following me.
No, not yet, because you're concentrating on the other end of the hallway. And remember, both of you have infravision, but there's no light in the hallway. The only light is actually coming from Lupo right now, and there is one other, I believe, one other torch going in here, although it's probably not on right now. So Lupo's really your only mobile light at this point. But Blodgett, you also do not see anything down towards this end of the hallway, and Rothos, you do see Rothos' heat signature in front of you. And that's about it. Remember, Rothos is an elf, so he moves pretty silently when he's moving along as it is. So trying to track him, you can only really do it with infravision.
That's fine.
Okay, so you made it to right about there. Duncan, Noble, what are you going to do? You're sitting on the side of the bed right now.
I just woke up. I'm probably looking for a quiet corner to take a leak in.
Yeah, okay. You can go take a piss. Yes, welcome to my version of D&D where people actually use the facilities.
Piss boy.
Grot, you're here. You have informed Aldemar that his shoes were laced incorrectly.
All right, I make sure Benny's in the backpack, and I stride purposefully towards the door to follow Blodgett. And I'm behind Blodgett, so yeah, right by the door. And I'm looking around too. Like, do I hear anything?
No, but you are half orc, so you actually also have infravision, and you do not see anything down this way, and you see Blodgett and Rothos as the heat signatures that are to your immediate right.
Do I feel the movement of the air?
No.
Okay.
Like, you don't even know you have no idea that there is a movement of the air.
Oh, okay.
You're just following along with these guys. Blodgett doesn't even know that there's, Blodgett heard the air, but he's not, didn't go out to investigate.
I don't feel the dungeon farts.
Nope. No, you do not. Aldemar, you're awake. What are you going to do? TJ. Mr. TJ.
Right.
I'm going to get up and double check my shoes. Make sure they're
fine now.
Okay, cool. I'm going to draw my sword, and I'm going to go off and try and keep up with the others.
Okay. Come over here. And Lupo will be right here. And Gray, you're last. What are you going to do?
Well, I tell Lupo to stop reading whatever he's going through. We're going to follow.
He's ready. He's like raring to go, wide-eyed.
Right.
In fact,
we're just going
backpack
to
loaded, and he's got the bullseye lantern on the staff on the rod, and he has a hammer drawn. Looks like he's quite chipper. Duncan, you're back here. Do you want to catch up with everybody? I take it.
That is correct.
All right, let's move you up here. All right, then. That's where everybody's at. Rothos, there you go. Your turn.
I guess I continue to inch along the wall, looking around the corner. I'm sneaking my head around. I'm not going fully around. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you're sneaking your head around. Close enough.
Do I see anything down that hallway?
Well, you do. I'll explain to you what you see here in 1 second. There we go. Let's see. You have 30. Okay. Let's see. There you are. Okay. I'll give you about this much here. Now, in the hallway, you see the same cobwebs, once again, that you've been seeing throughout this entire underground area. They've been in patches here and there. Blodgett has been careful to avoid them. In fact, most of you guys have been careful to avoid them. However, you see 2 more patches. One's right about here, as you can see. That's really all you can see with your eyes anyways. because they're not really giving off any heat, but you can definitely tell that there's something there. It looks like a patch of some sort of web, some silky webbing that is on the ground right there. Blodgett, you're up. What do you want to do?
I will continue to move on down the hall after Rothos, basically letting him be the target, and I'll stick behind him to see what's going on and further explore the hallway.
All right. Well, I can't see much because Rothos is in the way, and it's still dark here. So,
and I don't even know he's there yet.
No, but you can hear him come creeping up behind you.
Okay.
You have that sensitivity.
Pitter-pattering of little feet.
Yeah. Yes. Grot, you're right at the doorway. What do you want to do?
All right, so I see Blodgett and Rothos ahead. They're kind of peering around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, as stealthily as I can in chainmail and being...
you're much more than chainmail, my friend. Let's not forget the breastplate that you stole off the...
I do have the big breastplate and the great sword +1 that I have, plus the black sword. So I got 2 of those. I'm gonna do the best I can to be as quiet as I can.
It's like you're playing golf. You choose the 9-iron or the like or the chip or a putter. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I don't have. So I don't have anything. No weapons drawn yet, but I am moving stealthily behind to come up behind Blodgett and Rothos.
Okay.
Kind of like,
what's going on, guys?
What are you doing? Oh my God.
Guys, what's down
What happened? What's going on?
All right. So, Blodgett, you feel the presence of a big giant, like, how tall are you? 6.5, 7? A very large.
I'm like 6'4",
comes up behind you.
6'2",
yeah. You can talk to each other, really.
Not much.
What, just what give?
Nothing so far. Just something's moving around in the hallways, or air is at the very least, and we're just checking ahead. So you might want to tell Lupo to get out here with the light. And
I was going to say right about that time, all of your infravision goes to shit because Lupo steps out of the hallway, and now you can see everything in stark detail. Right.
All right,
son of a bitch.
Aldemar, I take it you're coming, following. TJ, keep going.
That's the rumor. Going. Yeah, keep going.
Okay. All right, I'll push you up here. Gray.
I'm staying right by Lupo. I don't want to get too far behind. I don't want to be the very last in the group.
Got it. You don't want to be, or you do want to be?
No, I got some armor, but not. That's
you're kind of a black hammer. Yeah. All right, Duncan. I take it you're following along
and
too.
I'm taking up the rear.
There you go. I'm old. Okay, Rothos, you're the lead. What are you gonna do?
So I'm going to cross the hallway to the other side and kind of hug the wall.
This side?
Yep, and then kind of inching my way down as I'm hugging the wall.
All right.
Pointing Blodgett to take a note of the cobweb there.
Okay. So Rothos tells you that. Blodgett.
Okay.
Mind the web, little man.
All right.
Let's see. So your infravision is ruined. You can't see much else. Although Rothos, you do see a lot more web up here. Kind of stuck to like the bottom of the floor and the side of the wall. Right here, there's another patch. What's that?
Is it a thicker concentration than usual?
Yeah, I would say so. Since you've been in here, it looks like it's fairly thick.
Mm.
Then you've seen it up to this point. Let's just say.
The rest of us aren't far enough to see around that corner, though.
Blodgett knows about the one that's right there in the corner, and then Rothos, you see what you think might be a door, another door, which is like the edge of a door right about here.
So I mean, can Blodgett hear me if I whispered?
He's about 10 feet away. If you loudly whisper, I suppose.
So I loudly whispered to Blodgett, there's thicker spider webs up front.
Mhm.
I think maybe we're coming up on someone's home.
Well,
Could be.
time for a fireball.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all thinking it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll move up around to check that hallway out. Do I see any footprints or anything in the dust on the floor, or is there dust, or does it look
Not
well
really.
traveled?
And the thickness of the cobwebs is considerable.
Mhm.
You don't see too much foot traffic this way, as far as you can tell. You're not a ranger, so you can't really do any kind of tracking.
No.
However, it doesn't look untraveled.
Okay.
It looks like you could easily walk through it.
All right. I'll move up and around when I have the opportunity, but I'd like to stay close to the interior wall, but I will avoid that patch of webs right there in front of where I'm standing, and move up to investigate where that doorway is once I notice that it's actually there.
Okay. Push you around like so. You're going slowly but carefully. Grot, you're next.
I will make my way up to the corner of the turn there and peek around, and I see what do I see?
Okay, you see just the heat signature now of Blodgett because you're a little bit past where Lupo's light is. Rothos, same with you. It's kind of spoiling you're halfway between being able to use your infravision and not. So, and Lupo is right behind you.
Okay. What do I see? Cobwebs.
You see this patch of webs here. You also notice that there's probably something up ahead. You can barely make it out, but there's probably more webbing that's right dead ahead in front of Rothos.
All right. I will draw my regular magical two-handed sword.
Okay. That's what you do.
Have it ready. And just
got it.
Oh yeah, and just be ready. Just be in ready stance.
I'm attacking the darkness.
I'm getting ready to attack the darkness.
All right, Aldemar, you're next. What are you doing? TJ.
I'm just keeping. Yeah.
Bueller.
I'm following.
Bueller.
Okay.
Bueller.
I'll put you
I'm
over
wondering
here.
where the Cheetos.
You wonder where the Cheetos are? Okay, they're right here.
In the Mountain Dew. Next game I'll have this.
All right. Okay, so Lupo's gonna move up a bit here to sort of keep pace. Gray, I presume you're sticking with Lupo.
And with yep.
And Duncan, you're moving along the bottom here.
I'm also going to keep an eye on the ceiling,
Okay.
because if there's spiders, then they're just going to be on the ground.
All right, so you roll me a d20, Duncan.
12. Good thing you mentioned healing.
Right. You see cobwebs don't look very thick, but there are some on the ceiling.
I'm going to mention that to the rest of the group, just so.
Okay. So everybody say, hey, so what do you say, Duncan? Tell them.
Hey, FYI, there's cobwebs on the ceiling as well.
What mean FYI?
Listen up.
Yeah, you have to spell it out better than that.
I'm an anachronism.
Okay. Guys, hear me out on this. Look up.
Rothos whispers to Grat, for your information.
It's as simple as look up. All right, Blodgett, you're up in front now, so you managed to get up to about here, and let's give you a little bit more. And this is what you see.
Oh shit! What a weird footage.
Okay.
But to say, Rothos starts charging up a fireball. No, just kidding.
All right. So
These
the
burning hands.
door right here has webbing on the door, but not much. You can still make it out as a door. It gets a little bit thicker on the floor, but it's not like you could step over it right now. And Blodgett, roll me a d20 as you get up to the door here.
16.
Okay. All right. Ahead in the corridor, you see what looks like, and this is only you. Rothos could see this too, I suppose. All right. Okay. Ahead in the corridor is what looks like a ghostly white shape. It's hovering above the floor, just beyond what looks like an archway in the passageway there. There's no noise coming from it, but now, Rothos, you know where the wind is coming because it seems to be like moving back and forth, and it kind of it looks like a humanoid figure that's just sort of floating in the middle of the passageway there in the corridor there. This corridor is dusty. Although it looks seldom traveled. Cobwebs drape the ceiling in feathery patches here and there. Just so now because Duncan said he looked up. So
is this apparition looking at me?
You can't really tell. It's kind of like you can just barely make it out in the faint light that Lupo's lantern here, which
not like a still figure. It's kind of flowing.
It looks like humanoid, and it looks like it's floating in the center of the passage, and it's just a little bit past. I should give it to you here. It's just a touch past where Blodgett is right now.
But I mean, I can tell it's not like a pic, like an image. It's actually like a moving shape.
Well, from what you can tell, and remember, you're kind of looking at it with your half infravision. It is not giving off any heat, though. But you do see it.
As a cold?
Actually, Blodgett, roll me a d20. Rothos, roll me a d20 as well. Grot, you're looking at what they're looking at, so roll me a d20 as well.
All right.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
I think they see a ghost.
Rothos rolled a 1.
Rolled a what?
A 1.
A 1. Okay, well, Rothos is scared shitless right now.
Grat rolled a 14.
You kind of trust. You get the it's like well, with a 1, you definitely are feared. Blodgett, you kind of feel a cold chill go down your spine, and you're kind of like, what the hell is that? Like, it's more curiosity than fear, but it's like what the fuck? Grat, what'd you roll?
14.
14. You're kind of like what unnerved. Are these guys looking at? And you're a little unnerved, and you're looking at Rothos, who's kind of like almost trembling right now.
Am I
down his leg?
Settle down there, elf.
Yep. Get the elf a new pair of trousers.
Am I like in Jeffro's game where I got to run away now?
No.
Run away!
But it's
for like 10 miles.
Well, you're a magic user, so you would know this. It's a natural fear, not a magical fear.
Okay.
You are actually genuinely scared.
Can
I don't know, is there anything I could do to kind of scare?
No, you're kind of
undead ahead of us.
You're kind of like sort of staring at it, but like with sort of this fearful fascination of it. But it's hovering right. I don't have a figure for it. Sorry. It's hovering right about this area right
the webs.
Yeah.
Should have wore my brown pants.
No. But
is it doing anything other than floating?
Blodgett hears what sounds like it might be like a tinkling sound, like maybe like a well, not quite a bell.
Oh, that's me.
Like yeah, that's you tinkling. No, it's ahead of you, Blodgett, not behind you. It sounds like almost like, I don't say wind chimes, but like very faint wind chime ish sound is emanating from this figure that is essentially like floating in the hallway in front of you.
All right, I will move back to Gray and point out down the hallway that we have undead, and it looks like some kind of ghosty thing.
I am going to start walking down the hall towards it and preparing to turn undead, if that's what it happens to be. I've got my holy symbol out. I say, Lupo, stay close. Pay attention to what I do.
Okay. Duncan,
we don't know if this is bad undead or good undead. May have something useful to tell us.
Well, it's right about this area right here. If I can, you know what?
I'd like to approach it until I get a good look at it and I have some idea what it is.
Okay. Put this there. Let's see if I can grab me a little bit of a.
Is this floating in the hall?
It's floating in the hall. I'm gonna just give you a quick.
Does it look spectral, or does it maybe look like it's just
it's
body hanging there in the webs?
It's right about where that splotch is right there.
It's a free floating gaseous vapor.
Is it the librarian from the opening to Ghostbusters?
From where you're at right now, and Gray, you are limited into what you can see because you're actually all of you are now because you're relying on Lupo's light.
Listen.
It looks as if there is I don't know. It's just a floating looks like a humanoidish figure, and it's just kind of like it's not making any noise except for Blodgett and Rothos can hear what sounds like a faint tinkling coming from it.
So we've got webs all over the place, and there's something body-like hanging there. It could just be a husk of a body left by whatever left these webs. I would like to get a little closer, and I tell Lupo, hold the light, stay close.
Okay. So I'll push you up there, and I'll bring Lupo up. All right, so you're going to approach?
Yep, I'm going to approach.
Okay.
I got my holy symbol in one hand and my shield in the other.
Okay. All right, so you're kind of cautiously moving up on it, and you get a little bit closer, and you realize that it is what looks like a humanoid that has been wrapped in webbing and is dangling from the ceiling.
I look up.
All right. As you look up, that's when you see, which one is it? Where'd he go? This one. How about that one? Let's do that one right there. Oh man, I got that one right on. I placed these before we started too. Okay. So this one is right here, and let's see if I can grab you. That's us right there. All right. Gray and Lupo, I need you both to hit me with a D20. I need you to
6.
All right. And maybe a miracle of miracles. Let's see. Oh, hey, Lupo actually jumped and moved this way. All right, Gray, you are now covered in a webbing of some sorts that's fallen on top of you. It's almost like a blanket that fell on top of you.
Feels familiar.
And you are now webbed. Lupo, however, rolled a 19 and managed to push himself flat against the door right here, and almost pushing himself in through this door to get out of the way, which was not locked. So. And now you guys notice, everybody in the hallway notices that there is a giant spider that has sort of descended down, and with the webbing that dropped on top of Gray. So, and Lupo was reacted fast enough to get out of the way, barely. And Rothos, you are no longer fearful because you know what it is. And Blodgett, you are right here, and you've just seen the spider sort of descend, and it is it's larger than a man. It's a very large, and it's by the way, it is like, I know this is black, but the thing is like pale white and blue.
I am in danger.
Mm-hmm. So, Gray, you have been webbed. This thing just dropped down, and it is just dropping onto your back side right now.
Oh shit!
So it came down with the webbing.
Right in the
All right. So you are most definitely surprised. I need Rothos and Blodgett and Gray to roll a d6 if you have a d6.
I'm gonna yell to Lupo to run. Save yourself, boy.
I rolled a 1.
I got a 6.
I rolled a 6.
Hey, okay. Grot, what'd you roll?
What do you want me to roll? 6-sider?
Yeah, 6-sided dice, please.
5.
5. Okay. Blodgett, you're surprised. Rothos and Grot, you actually managed to see this unfold because you're watching Lupo sort of try to dodge out of the way. But Blodgett's surprised, so that eliminates you for this moment. So let's see. Spider's going to attack. Well, there's Gray. And okay.
Armor help.
Bites you once. You are webbed, so you are at an extreme disadvantage. And okay, you take 3 points of damage, Gray.
All right.
Could have been much worse. And then Luke, of course, is surprised. So Rothos and Grot, you guys are able to make actions. Aldemar and Duncan, you see some commotions happening up ahead of you right now. So I'm going to move Aldemar there, and I'm going to push this way just for shits.
I'm gonna draw my sword.
Okay, you already had your sword out. You already had it out. You mentioned that before.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
No, I don't think I did. I said I just ran.
No, you did when you were back in the room. You said I draw my. As soon as you got up, you said you draw your sword. Okay, Blodgett, you're out. Rothos and Grot, you guys can make actions if you'd like. So
I cast magic missile at the darkness.
You do.
I want to cast magic missile.
Stop that tomfoolery.
So what are you doing? You're actually casting magic missile?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right.
Be glad it's not fireball.
Yeah, well, it might be a little difficult in this situation. So let's where do we go? Make Drew suffer. No, I'm not going to make Drew suffer. Not much, anyways. Where'd you go, Rothos? There you are. Rothos is up. Rothos, roll me a d20 real quick. Just don't roll 1.
3.
Well, it's not much better, but okay. Magic missile goes off, and let's see if we're using old school rules. And you are level 5, right?
Gets I think like
6.
6.
Oh, he gets 3.
3. Okay. I'm rolling damage for you. Sorry, my bad. And then one more. Okay. All right. Your magic missiles.
I want to cast magic missile.
All slam into the back of this spider that now notices you. So. And it looks like it's phased it for a moment. It seems to you, though, that there's something weird about this particular spider, because your magic missile hits it and it does damage, but it seems to absorb some of it.
Oh shit! Spider.
So there's no damage.
No, you did damage for sure, but you felt like it was sort of let's see, siphoning some of your magic as it was as your magic missiles are hitting it. And now it realizes you're there. Okay. And let's see. Blodgett's out. Grot, you're there. What do you want to do?
So I see all this shit. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Benny stole my backpack. I will push past Rothos and Blodgett, and I already have my two-handed sword drawn. I'm going to, with an overhand attack, scream my normal bellow, and come down and try and slice this thing from head to thorax.
Okay, so you're swinging it. Great thrust. All right, yeah, overhand swing.
Overhand, I had.
So you had to close. So okay, go ahead. You got one attack on it.
All right, and I've got like a +7 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck that spider up.
Hold on.
Oh yes, holy mother of God! Look at that shit. Look at that.
What? Wait,
20. That's 20.
Oh my lord.
That's 20.
Nice.
Critical hit, son of a bitch.
So you slam into it, and let's see. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You basically split this thing in half.
Yes.
So you end up killing it outright. Okay. As you do, it explodes in front of you.
Oh, for fuck's
and
sake.
it doesn't hurt you. It seems to explode in kind of like a bright light as you end up killing it. I'm glad you didn't roll a 1 though, because you would have caught Gray.
Oh shit.
Yep. Okay. So where did that go? There.
My first 20 of the evening.
Very well done. Well done, my friend.
Thank you. It's the only one I'll get though. Fucking
yeah.
nice.
Yep. Okay.
That's my new die too.
Excellent. All right. You also feel because it's the magic one, right? The magic sword.
It is the +1, yeah.
Okay. You see that you're like the faint glow of it deadens as it hits the spider, but you shot it with enough force that you kill it outright easily. So, but it seems to have siphoned off some of your magic. The sword then sort of returns back to to normal.
Has Grat come in contact with that before? That kind of thing?
No, matter of fact, none of you have at this point. Even Rothos has. This is new to him. So you have killed this beast, and now you realize that the thing that is dangling in front of you is what looks like. Gray got it right. It is actually the husk of what looks like a humanoid of some sort, and it is dangling from the ceiling.
Oh shit!
And the tinkling is emanating from this wrapped up humanoid that is encased in sort of like a semi crispy, crunchy outer coating of webbing, and you can hear the faint tinkling coming from the body that is dangling from the ceiling.
Oh shit!
And Lupo is like, holy moly. Lupo's trying to get Gray out. Gray, what's your actually, I don't have to ask you that.
My strength is shit. It's 10.
Your strength is 10. Okay. I will write that down for further notes. Okay. I assume you're struggling to get out yourself. Lupo is attempting to help you get out. And let's see who's up next. Let's go to Blodgett. You're next.
Okay. Huh. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah. You watched all of this unfold.
Yeah. I'll go on ahead and move ahead to look at the body tinkling in the cobwebs to see if there's anything cool there.
It's difficult because Gray is right there in front of you and covered in cobwebs, and Lupo is trying to unencase him in it.
I'm small. I can go around the other side.
Yeah, well, you also notice that the webs that are on top of Gray right now are starting to kind of form a shell, like
wow,
crunchy shell over him.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Well, then I'll yell for Grot to come yank this off of Gray.
Okay, so he's telling you to do that. Actually, Grot is right there.
I tell him it's turning hard. Come grab this off of Gray.
It's getting hard.
It's getting hard. Come yank him.
Yanking something hard. All right, there we go. Count Grat right in there. Yeah.
All right.
Rothos is confused what he's hearing.
Rothos is what the hell? Actually, you're right. Rothos.
Bring that oil of slipperiness.
These degenerate humans.
Rothos, you're up. What are you going to do? You degenerate.
I kind of just gingerly sort of come up the rear. Just don't, you know.
You don't like where this conversation is going.
Exactly.
Okay, Aldemar, where's Aldemar? Aldemar, you're up. What do you want to do? TJ.
I'm going to keep moving up. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. I'm going to keep moving up and trying to catch up with you guys up front.
Okay. And Duncan, last but not least.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help get Gray out from underneath his mess.
His crispy, his crunchy outer shell.
He's shellacking.
Look at Duncan. Duncan's got a good one. Look at that.
Nice.
Duncan's man at arms. That's why. All right. Okay, so you get up there with the help of all the rest of you guys. You are now trying to crack Gray out of this. Lupo is trying to do his best to do that as well. And let's see. Duncan, roll me a d20. Blodgett, are you trying to help, or are you just like wandering, or like letting the big boys come in here?
5.
Okay, you're still working on it.
I'm keeping an eye out on what's going on. I'm letting them do all that kind of stuff. I'm more curious as to stuff going on around with the webs.
Okay. Grot, I take it you're trying to help as well.
I will sheath the great sword, make sure Benny is still ensconced in the pack, make sure he's cool, and I will attempt to. I don't even know what the fuck's going on here, so I'll ascertain the situation and try to get this crap off of Gray.
Okay. Well, if I take it, you're here now. Okay. Gray, roll me a d20, please.
Fingers crossed. Fuck, 4.
Okay, you're encased in this stuff. It's getting hard to breathe. It's almost like it's constricting you too. So, Duncan, as it hardens up, it looks like constricting on Gray. Lupo's right there. Blodgett is right there. Duncan, roll me a d20, Duncan.
3. I'm going to throw this dice out.
Now you're trying to crack it a little bit. You're making some headway, but not a lot. Grot's the only one who's actually doing much of anything in all of this. Blodgett, there is a door right behind you, as you can see, and Lupo's doing his best to help. Now, let's see. I got Lupo, Aldemar. Okay, Blodgett, Aldemar, and Rothos. I need you all. No, nobody else. Aldemar, Rothos, and Blodgett, and Lupo too. Roll me a d20, please.
15.
15. Very good.
3.
Aldemar. What'd you have? 3. Okay, you're okay. You're dead to me.
Oh god.
Aldemar, what'd you get?
1.
1. Oh, you're just watching all this shit go on. Okay, Blodgett and Lupo. As these guys are trying to help out with this, you suddenly look up and you hear a hissing, and you see spider number 2 come at you.
What?
Yes.
What?
There we go. There we go.
Fucking spiders. Where's my next 20?
Where'd you go? There you go. Thank you, Spider. Come here, mister.
Fireball. No, just kidding.
Okay.
Incoming spider.
Okay. So as you're doing that, let's say Gray, you got no save. Lupo, Blodgett, Grot, and Duncan. I need all of you to roll me a d20, please.
19.
Ooh,
6.
4.
6.
4.
Oh boy. And last here. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Blodgett, you're the only one who manages to get out of the second web that is now fallen from the ceiling. But Blodgett, in doing so, you have to force yourself emergency-wise into this room right here that is behind you.
Okay.
Which I suppose you won't mind as long as it is.
There's a floor.
The floor there is.
It's just a floorless room.
Oh, they have them in first edition AD&D.
No, it's there. It's not a floor. You fucks. All right. Pushes you into this room right in here. It's probably good enough. It's about all you can see anyways, because you just force yourself into this room.
Okay.
Okay. To avoid the other web that is now just fallen on top of Lupo, Grot, and Duggan. So, and Gray. So you are trapped. Now, the only person who can really act at this point is Rothos and Actually, before we do that, Aldemar and Rothos, both of you need to roll me a d6 again.
Did my 4 mean anything from earlier?
No.
That I rolled? Oh.
You failed. No, you failed to see the spider that was coming at you.
Oh, okay.
I just rolled a 6.
Okay. You are not surprised. Rothos, what are you?
2.
2. Rothos is surprised. So Aldemar is literally the only person who can act. You have a sword in hand, and you see another big old web blanket drop from the ceiling, and now you see what looks like another one of these sort of white and blue pale looking spiders. That's it, right? Let's see, it would be right about on top of our good friends here.
Getting real comfortable with this spider.
There we go. Right up on top of you.
Didn't even buy me dinner first.
Yep.
He makes a good breakfast.
Wrap you around and call you Sally. Okay, so Lupo, Duncan, and Grot, you have been webbed once again, and Gray is double webbed.
What the fuck?
All right.
Okay, Aldemar, you're the only person that can do anything. What are you going to do?
Check for perception.
Stop it.
No, I'm gonna go after the spider.
Oh, really? Okay. What are you going to do? How do you go after the spider?
With my sword.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll me. Well, you are not surprised, so you can get 2 attacks on it. Roll a d20 twice.
All right, I rolled a 19.
Okay.
And D20. Roll the 20.
A natural 20. Holy shit, you're the luckiest man in the world.
Nice. You gotta show those. 20s you have to show.
Oh.
All right, there. I'll give it to you.
Bam.
Not too shabby. All right. And you don't have a magic weapon, so it doesn't actually drain anything off of it. And so let's also, let me do one more thing here. Okay. And Grot, you do not take any damage, fortunately, from Aldemar just swinging willy-nilly over. But you managed to cut it up pretty good, and it kind of rears back a little bit, but it now takes notice of you, Aldemar. You're the most immediate threat.
Oh, shit.
Rothos, you're out. Blodgett, you are through the door over here. And so, well, actually, the only thing I can do is attack Aldemar at this point. So it rears back and attacks you, Aldemar, and it narrowly catches you, and to the tune of 2 points of damage. And I need you to roll me a d20.
D20?
Yes, please.
Rolled a 13.
Okay. When it bites you, you feel a little kind of sting of like a chill. It puts like when you hit your funny bone, like on your elbow kind of thing. It feels like that when it bites you on the arm. Okay. So it is now engaged with you. Okay. All right. Let's go. Okay, you guys are out. So we got to Aldemar, Rothos, and Blodgett. Each one of you roll me a d20. Let's see if I can make this work.
Uh-oh. Doesn't sound good.
I rolled a 15.
15. Okay. Who's next? Rothos, what'd you get?
Sorry, roll a what now? Sorry.
Roll a d20.
God damn it.
18.
Roll for initiative.
18.
18. Wow, you're on top. You are on top of your game, my friend. Okay. And then Blodgett and Aldemar, roll me a d20, please.
18.
18. All right. You have the higher dexterity of all of them, so you get to go first.
Okay. So I've been stung or bit or whatever it was mildly.
Yep.
Okay.
Mildly.
Did I actually get to?
Yep, you're up. Go.
So I'm going to attack my longsword.
Do we?
Go for it. Roll
Do it.
twice.
18.
Okay. What's the roll again?
I'll roll again. Okay. Oh, 19.
Jesus, I want your dice.
All right.
Gotta give one to Noble.
Right. Right.
There's the Cheetos, right?
Where are the Cheetos?
Okay. All right. You managed to put a couple hits into it. It is definitely not dead, but you did stun it for a second. Rothos, you are next in initiative order. What you see all of this unfolding, all of this tomfoolery.
Let's see here. I guess I'm gonna. What's the spider doing?
It's fighting with Aldemar at this point.
Is it going to eat his face off?
I'm gonna shoot another magic missile.
Again? You burn a second spell slot, but that's okay. You can do it if you would like.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a d20. Don't roll a 1.
6.
Okay. See, the only reason I'm making you do that is because if you fumble on your spells, because you're not going to have spell failure, but if you did roll the 1, I would have to make a fumble, and then if we do that, then we go to the Dungeon Crawl Classics fumble list. So
do we?
You are good. All right. So let's see. Okay. Wow. Good one. And all right. You managed to push it back. It shoots back up into the ceiling. And it definitely was hurt by those magic missiles. So it shoots back up into the webbing into the ceiling. So Blodgett, you don't think you killed it, but you did push it. It took off and lost heart.
Okay.
Blodgett, you're up next in initiative order, but there is now no target for you.
Right.
I am yelling, cut me out of this thing. Basically.
Spit the dirty dick out of your mouth.
Okay, what are you going to do, Blodgett?
I will sheath the dagger that's in my left hand. I'll keep the short sword in my right, and I'll grab onto the side of the webbing on that pile of people in front of me and start trying to pull it into the room with me to see if I can at least free Grot or something like that. Okay. Since I think that too was.
What's your I'm sorry, right there. What's your strength?
It's 11. When we went to first edition, it went up 1 because of my age modifier.
Okay. All right. So you're pulling off. You managed to get a good chunk of it off. So you're freeing them out now. Grot, roll me a d20 because you probably could free yourself.
All right. Use my new die. Nope. I rolled a 1.
Okay. You're stuck. Lupo is definitely stuck. Aldemar and Rothos.
Myself.
We need to just have TJ roll all the dice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, TJ, go ahead. What would you like to do, my friend?
Attack.
Darkness.
So, yeah, roll d20.
No, there's no target. What are you going to attack?
Well, yeah, there's got to be something that needs killing. Sorry, there's no one left. You've killed them all.
No. Okay. So in front of you, he's in webbed.
Stuck in the web. Get me out.
Somewhere under there, and Gray is double webbed.
Okay, I'm gonna cut.
Lupo is.
All right, I'm gonna start cutting people out of the webbing. I'm gonna take my sword and start.
And I know you have a 15 strength, so go ahead and roll a d20.
Yeah.
Help Grat. Help Grat first.
All right, baby. 17.
The fuck with these dice? Spear and magic helmet.
I do not want to believe that.
Spear and magic. You've ruined my childhood.
Okay,
I'm autistic.
Well, we know that.
Between Aldemar and Grot, they managed to free Grot. He is now out of the webbing.
Grat smash.
Hardens into a crispy shell. Rothos, you're still here. The only people who are now webbed is Lupo, Duncan, and Gray. So anything you want to do?
Let's see. Lupo, Duncan. So they're way up there. I mean,
where do you want to move? Can't move anywhere.
I can't really. Yeah, I mean, just.
Okay, you're speaking a foreign language. Well, that's okay. Now, Grot and Grot, what do you want to do? You're now free.
You guys can hear me?
I can hear you now.
Hear you now. Yeah.
I was saying, I guess I'm on standby if I can't move anywhere.
Yeah. Grot, you're right here. I mean, unless you had some sort of spell or you had some other way to sort of dissolve the web.
So I'm free, and then who's still in the
Duncan, Duncan, Gray, and Lupo are.
All right. Duncan seems closer to me. I'm going to I'll sheath my sword and try to just like pull it apart like I'm ripping a phone book or some shit, like a dungeon phone book.
Okay. Duncan, Noble, roll me a d20.
18.
18. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Between your strength and Grot's strength, you managed to free yourself. So free. Grot's there. The only people who are trapped now, of course, is Gray and Lupo.
All right.
All right.
Get Lupo.
We need to get Gray out of there. He's been in there for the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Eventually,
I'll hang out here cursing the spiders.
Well, because now you have a combined strength that you can now pull Gray out, and you can pull Lupo out too.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right. So you guys are free of this webbing. You're kind of shaking it off and trying to get it out of your clothes and out of your hair and out of your armor and everything else. The figure that is still dangling from the ceiling is right there in front of you. And Blodgett, you managed to poke your head into this room over here. So let's see. Let's put that over here, and I can just push this up here. There we go. Let's push this in here. Yeah, it looks like a storeroom of some sorts.
Okay.
Should we go inside? Is there any noise or anything?
No, it's dead silent. In fact, it's particularly cold in here. That's the only thing you can really.
Oh shit! It's a meat locker.
Look at the ceiling.
Oddly enough, there are no webs in this room here.
That's good.
In fact, with the ease with which both you and Lupo were kind of like thrust through that door, you can tell that this is not locked, obviously, and it probably hasn't been used in quite some time.
Probably because of the spiders. Which I say we should burn the webs. Just for amusement's sake, if nothing else.
Nuke the site from orbit.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Game over, man.
It's the only way
to be sure.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Game over.
Okay. All right. So in this room, it looks like this is a storeroom. The room is filled with chests, bundles, and crates of various trade goods. It appears to be deserted.
Okay.
Should we go inside?
I like the idea of going inside where there's less of a chance of a spider landing on my head. Sure.
All right, let's go inside and shut the door. And then send Blodgett out later.
Okay. Here. Lupo has a thing going up again. So Grot, you go in. Gray, what do you want to do?
I guess I'll go in with everybody else.
Okay. Duncan, you too? What do you want to do?
Yep. I'm going in.
Yep.
And does anybody need to look at Aldemar's injury?
Possibly. Aldemar, what are you going to do? You're right here.
I can cast Cure Light Wounds on him.
You come in the room with
Yeah,
us?
do that. Yeah, do that.
All right.
Heal me. Save me, Jeebus.
Rothas, you're right here. What do you want to do?
I can walk!
What?
Rotha steps in as well.
Okay.
I think that's one.
So is this what you humans call a sausage fest?
Yeah. Lupo is over here wondering what sausage fest means.
Quiet homos.
Okay. Gray, you managed to heal the 2 points of damage that Aldemar took.
Wait, he only took 2 points of damage?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
fuck it.
I see him and I say,
I scoff at him.
scratch you. Pussy. Fuck it up.
Stack up. Okay. All right. This is just basically a storeroom. Duncan, you hear what sounds like a hissing sound from the floor over towards this area.
Well, I guess I'm going to have my hammer ready and see what's making the noise.
Okay. All right. As soon as you walk over to where the hissing sound is, it stops. And Aldemar, you now hear a hissing sound from right over here.
All right, I'm going to go up to it.
Okay. You move over to where the hissing sound, where you thought the hissing sound was, and it stops. You see Lupo kind of looking over here because he heard a hissing sound.
Oh.
And Gray, you hear a hissing sound coming from over kind of near where Aldemar is.
Aldemar, you might want to step away from the corner.
All right, I'm going to step away.
Okay.
You might actually need healing.
Grot, you see this? You hear a hissing sound over where Duncan is. It stops. You hear another hissing sound over where Aldemar is, and it stops. And then you also hear another hissing sound over where Lupo was, and it stopped there.
Is something deflating? What the fuck? The deflator mouse. What the? All right. And I don't see anything or feel the air move.
No.
What the fuck? All right.
Roger, roll me a d20.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck's going on with this crap?
I rolled a 5.
Okay. You see all this happening, and you hear a hissing sound also over by where Lupo is, like right by these crates over here next to you. It sounds like. Rothas, give me a d20, please.
I feel like I should have a good Chianti. 15.
15. Wow. Well, Rothas, your elf eyes show you what is making the hissing sound. You see a rather large cockroach underneath the ton or the barrel that is in front of you and is making a hissing sound. It stops and it practically disappears. In a blink of an eye, it runs away.
How big?
Madagascar spitting cockroaches.
It's a pretty big size. It's not going to hurt you, but it's a pretty big size cockroach.
I've seen Damnation Alley. I've seen what those cockroaches are like. So I know how this can end.
I swear to God, this is actually in the adventure, so I had to throw this in. It looks like it's about long.
So I look over at the rest of the guys and say, "Hey, there's a bug in here, but it doesn't look like it's going to hurt us. So kill it if you see it."
Step on bug.
Okay, right about that time, Duncan hears a hissing sound again from over in this corner over here.
Oh, there's more than one.
Well, I'm going to let
Or
everybody know
it's
there's
that
probably
quick.
another bug over here.
Okay. All right, so you do.
I mean,
Shit.
Okay, Grot, what do you want to do? The mystery has been solved by Rothos.
So
intelligence.
Yes. So there's some cockroaches in here. And there's nothing on this.
Turns around and says, "Hey!"
Not you. Not you. I'm gonna go over to the boxes in the lower southern corner.
Down here.
Yeah, and check those out.
Okay. Let's see. As you crack it open, and the hissing stops when you're doing that.
Fuck them.
And inside of it, you find, let's see, in this crate, you find tin pots and pans. And the other, if you guys are going to investigate all of this, probably, several chests of china dishes wrapped in straw. Those don't look like hobgoblins created them. They look like perhaps they were looted. And let's see, there's trade goods in here. Pretty much just like rope and I don't know. I guess there's some spoiled rations in here as well. Let's see. Oh, several of the bales contain good linen. And that's about it. It looks like perhaps it was used. It was either looted items or it was caravan material, caravan supplies.
Okay. I'm gonna relay. This look like supplies from caravan, like storage room for stolen goods. No cockroaches.
No roaches.
No chance we can feed the roaches to the spiders and solve two problems at once.
All right. Let's see. Who is next? Great. What do you want to do?
I have no idea. There doesn't seem to be. I think we should just go back out in the hall and keep pushing further down, but keep our eyes on the ceiling.
Okay. So Gray is suggesting this to all of you. Blodgett, what would you like to do?
I actually want to investigate that corpse, but I'm definitely keeping a weary eye on the ceiling because of that spider. But
all right. You go out the door and you can see it in front of you. It looks fairly humanoid. You're not sure. It could be elf or it could be human. You're not really sure. It's kind of a desiccated husk. So you can't
they all look the same to me. So
yeah, pretty much.
Ears.
And it is dangling from the ceiling. You can reach up to right about where its like shins and knees are off of the ground.
Do I see any pouches or anything hanging from it?
Well, you definitely hear what sounds like some sort of tinkling or some kind of like wind chime-ish kind of sounds that come from it.
Coins or keys, maybe?
Yeah.
No, you're not there, Greg, so you don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to investigate that, but like I said, I'm keeping a weary eye out on the ceiling. My short sword's up, so I'm doing the investigating with my left hand.
Like poking around, but then you're relying on your infravision at this point because Lupo's in the room, but you don't see any heat signatures.
Okay.
Anywhere.
I'll kind of not really yell out, but I will call out to Lupo, "Bring your light out here." Okay.
Lupo comes out, and now you can see it, and it is definitely just this. It's been wrapped to this body has been wrapped.
Okay.
As a lure, basically. I mean, that's your best guess.
All right. I asked the kid to help me pull this down.
Okay. We'll pull you down, and it takes a little bit of strength, but you manage to pull the huska or the body down off of it. So now it's kind of there in front of you.
All right.
So you guys are working on that. Rothos, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna investigate a couple of the barrels and crates to see if there's anything to keep. I guess
there's not really anything of value, and the anything that might be useful is like too heavy and too cumbersome for you to sort of drag along. Like I said, it's mostly trade goods. There's some linen.
Any sort of paperwork?
Not really. Not in here. Duncan, what are you going to do?
Well, I was going to suggest we look around for any hidden doors, but the light's gone, so I don't know how effective.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see now. You're only catching light from the door that is open, so, unless you want to start a torch.
I would like to start a torch and look around to see if there's anything.
All right, Duncan's working on a torch, no problem. Aldemar, what are you going to do? TJ,
I'm gonna keep heading. I'm gonna keep heading up.
Gonna head out?
Nah.
Yeah.
You head out. Grot, what are you doing?
All right, so the cockroaches are really of no importance. Nothing in here but trade goods. There is a torch being lit by Duncan, and some people are out into the hallway. I will head out towards the hallway with Benny in the backpack and my two-handed sword drawn.
Okay. All right. Aldemar meets you out there. Gray, you're right here.
Following him right out. Keep
All
my eye on the ceiling.
Blodgett and Lupo, you managed to pull this thing down. It is looks like it's maybe 5'9" tall. Definitely dead. But as you're kind of like checking it out, when you pull it down to the ground, it makes like a clattering kind of clinking sound as it hits the pavement there.
Okay.
And so it's there in front of you. What are you going to
do?
I investigate it for any trinkets or treasure or anything of interest or value.
Okay, you have to use your dagger to cut through the husk or the shell, because oddly enough, this web is like nothing you've ever encountered before. And like you've seen giant spiders before, but this webbing it solidifies.
Okay.
It creates kind of a shell. So you have to kind of crack it a little bit, but you manage to crack your way into this husk that has been dangling there as bait, I guess.
Okay.
And so you're kind of fumbling around. You find that inside of it, it's got like what looks like some sort of like bark wind chimes in the body. Like, again, it's like all desiccated. So it's like you can barely tell. It's almost mostly skeleton.
Okay.
But the only thing that you find is, so you notice that it's it has a strange grimace upon what's left of its face.
Okay.
And it has, oddly enough, has a hand at its chin like this, like it's kind of like this, like it's holding its chin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it
so
somebody else's hand or its own hand?
Like, these little wooden wind chimes kind of like fall out from the chest cavity.
Okay.
But it's been bound, so it's kind of like snow.
Disgusting.
Huh.
And it looks like it's holding its mouth or it's holding its chin of some sort.
Okay, so kind of like a Slayer cover, or
yes. Oh, yeah. No, here it's where am I here? But looks like this.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Man, I think I had that album.
Yes. Again, this is a
screenshot that.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you do? Lupo's kind of looking at it with sort of this morbid fascination.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever seen anything like this in the monastery, kid?
Okay. There is a pouch at its waist.
Mine.
Mine. Gray, you make your way out here, and Duncan, you and Rothos have light once again. Thank you, courtesy of Duncan. So you can see what's going on here. And let's see. It looks as if there is perhaps something in its mouth. Lupo's kind of like poking around, and there looks like there might be something in the corpse's mouth.
Like a coin?
Pry that open and see.
All right. We will pry open that mouth.
Okay, so you pry open the mouth, and out rolls a ring.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I'll pick that little sucker up.
Okay.
Look interesting.
It is interesting in that it is unblemished and it's not like tarnished or anything. It looks fairly like it was just made.
Will it fit any of my fingers?
You could try to put it. It looks like it's man-sized, but it's man-sized.
Okay, so it might fit on like my pointing finger or something like that.
Maybe.
Thumb. Okay. I try seeing if it'll fit and how it looks. And
okay. As you get it closer to your fingers, you notice that it shrinks to the size of your finger.
Ooh. I take it over to Rothos and show it to him. It's like, does this look familiar?
Okay.
Or do you know? Can you tell me anything about this?
So you hand it over to Rothos. Rothos.
No, I don't hand it to him. I just show it.
Hey, check this shit out. Okay. Rothos.
I'm not bent.
You're looking.
You say that now.
You're looking at the ring that Blodgett has in his hand. And it looks very interesting to you. Roll a d20.
Or should we have TJ roll the d20?
Okay.
What'd you roll?
12.
12?
You are failing us.
Oh my.
No, it's definitely magic. Definitely a magical ring.
Could you describe what it looks like, though?
It's silver. There are no inscriptions on it, but it does have a faint magic dwemer, I guess would be the word that is on it. It has there's no signet or anything on it. It's just a plain, like, regular, like, band ring. But there's definitely something to it.
Hopefully not cursed.
I reach out just to take a look at it.
Okay, Blodgett, Rothos is reaching out to grab the ring from him.
Just to look at it.
My precious.
I'll go on ahead and let him look at it, but I'm like, that's
so
wrong.
I'm holding it like with my fingers, like you can still look at it.
Okay,
Do
so
I
now
see
you have
anything
it,
different
and you're
on it?
looking at it. Roll me another d20. I'll give you one more shot at this.
Oh boy.
Come on, roll like TJ.
Oh, natural 20.
Natural
There you
20.
Hold on.
How dare you?
Hold on here.
Okay. With a natural 20, you understand that this is a ring of infravision,
There we go.
which is completely useless to you, Blodgett, and Grot.
Yeah, I already got that.
So
So
I realize this, if I just kind of slip it on just to see what happens if I put it on.
Mm-hmm. It doubles your infravision, but you don't know because Duncan has a torch behind you and Lupo has the bright lights in front of you. But it seems like I should say this. It seems like the light that is around you it makes you extra light sensitive. Like you're like, bright
So
light.
I get a little squinted.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
you do know that it is a ring of infravision.
Okay. So I take it off and I guess I hold it up and I say, well, for those of you who can't see in the dark, this is for you.
All right. So who wants it? Who will take the ring?
Well, Lupo's the one that helped me find it. I think Lupo should get it.
All right. Lupo's like, all right.
But Lupo also always carries the torch, so it may not serve him well. So it may do better for someone like Gray.
I'll take it if nobody else wants it. Then I'd be less likely to walk into spiders and whatnot, I guess.
It's up to Lupo.
Anybody else? Lupo, doesn't care either way, honestly.
Sure, if Lupo doesn't mind, I'll hold on to it for him, and he can.
All right. Nobody else has any objections. Gray, you can take the ring if you want.
Awesome.
But I'm keeping the pouch.
You have the pouch. Inside the pouch, there are 10 platinum pieces. Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
So that is a ring of seeing in the dark. Does it have another name?
Infravision, my friend. Infra. You have infravision as long as you have it on your fingers. And by the way, Aldemar still has his soul ring on. Of course, he drops dead if that is ever removed from his fingers.
If Aldemar drops dead, I will reanimate him as a zombie so that we still have the extra.
Someone to carry.
You would find that very difficult.
Oh no.
Okay. Next, Blodgett, what are you doing?
I guess we should go ahead and start moving forward, but I'm still kind of liking my idea of setting this webbing on fire.
I agree with that. Grat say yes.
Yeah, let's burn it.
Okay. I'm gonna burn it. All right. So you're gonna set it on fire with the torch.
Yes,
Torch
please.
it up.
Okay. So you're setting it ablaze in the hallway, and it is now burning. I would advise doing it behind you as you go.
Mm-hmm.
So slash and burn. However, before you do that, let me show you a few other things. I'm going to show you a bit of information.
There.
Okay, so this is where all this webbing is.
Mm-hmm.
There's another door here. You managed to do, I'm just going to give it to you. You managed to do a controlled burn. So it's, and you notice that it is much more flammable than most, most webbing is flammable anyways, but it kind of goes up really quick.
Okay.
So it kind of burns, and once it is exhausted, it burns itself out very quickly.
Okay.
You notice in the ceiling, there's a crack in the ceiling where the spiders were coming in and out of once you burned all of that away. But now they have no webbing to run around in, so
fuck them.
You find another door here.
Okay.
And Rothos, you are right up here too. And Grot, you are here as well. And Duncan, you have a torch, so you're right there. There is a door, not unlike the one you just opened, or forced into, I should say.
I'm guessing it's
a bit ago. And it is closed, but let's see, that's about it. And the passage continues a little bit more that away.
Okay.
And,
do we hear anything on the other side of the doorway?
No, but roll me a d20.
19.
You hear wind sound once again from behind the door.
All right. I will share that with Lupo and Gray since they're right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And ask them.
Right about here, around this area, the temperature seems a bit colder or cooler, and you don't really know why.
Okay.
Aldemar knows that you have descended quite a bit because he can detect grades, like the gradation of the, I should say, the pitch of the floor that you're on. So you have been gradually descending. Aldemar's really the only one who notices it because he's a ranger.
Don't I notice that as a stout halfling?
You do, but you're not as sensitive to it as, say, like Aldemar is.
Okay, no problem.
So there's another door here. Again, it's almost, you can almost see your breath in front of your mouth. That's how cold it's getting.
Oh shit!
Even with my feather?
Yes. Or I should say, no. You'd have the ring of heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually don't. Well, I mean, you still feel that it's cold, but you're like nice and toasty.
I'm still pretty comfortable. Okay.
Yeah, you're comfortable. Everybody else is kind of like, damn.
All right. Is the door locked?
No, it is not.
All right. I will.
It is not unlike the other one that you just came through.
And would it have been behind the webbing and stuff had we not burned it?
No, this one did not have any webbing on it. The webbing stops right about where Lupo is, right there.
Okay, so they may use it from the other side. So I will be cautious in opening it to peer in.
Okay. All right. And Lupo is behind you. And you head inside, and this is what you see.
I like the music.
Thank you. It's from Icewind Dale.
Ooh.
That's right.
Okay. And this is what you see. It looks like there might have been a storeroom here,
Okay.
but I will tell you a few other things, a bit of information as we go. Let's move this. So there's that. This is about as best you can see in here now. This room, from what you can see where you're at, it looks like it's another storeroom. Let's see. From what you can see, there are piles of trade goods. They are dust covered though.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other place looked like they at least had been somewhat traveled. This is everything here has kind of a fine layer of dust on it. And it appears to have not been touched for a very long time. All right. So you're looking in, and as you're looking in, Blodgett, you hear this horrible hair-raising moan. And then you hear the clanking of chains from the northeast corner of the room.
Okay.
All right. There in the northeast corner of the room is... Let's see. Where did I go with it?
Can I hear this where I am?
Everybody hears the moan. It kind of calls out.
I start making my way into the room.
Okay.
As soon as I hear that sound.
All right. Okay. And here we go. So right about there, you see this.
Oh shit! What the fuck is that Wawa?
In the room. Okay. Here we go. And then Gray, you happen to be right there, so you can push your way in.
So, and I address it.
Okay, hang on one second. Let me read the rest of this to you.
Interesting.
Okay, there is a luminescent shape. It begins to form the figure of a wasted elf struggling with ghostly chains that hold him to the wall. Okay. As you watch on, the figure breaks its chains and starts to move towards you.
No.
And it halts right about here.
Oh boy.
It looks like it was coming at you, and then it stops. And then it kind of stops where you're at and it looks on at you, Gray, and at Blodgett.
So it's like the Dawkins video.
Sort of. It's not unlike the Dawkins video.
So I am going
No guitar
to
solo.
I'm going to again hold up my holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Not threateningly, but I've got it where it's visible to this thing. And I ask it simply, friend or foe?
Okay. As you're lifting it up, I need you to roll D20. I need Lupo to roll D20. And
19.
Okay. You are doing your best to not be afraid. Blodgett, go ahead. Roll me D20.
I rolled a 16.
16. You pass your test, and let's see, Lupo.
Lupo shits his
Lupo is actually brave today. He rolled a 16. Aldemar, you have line of sight to this, so roll me a D20 as well.
Oh, where'd he go?
Yeah,
Here's on.
I'll roll for Aldemar. Well, he's not afraid either. Okay, so you guys have all passed your
Probably
fear.
lost his internet connection again.
You have passed your fear checks. Okay. Rothas, you don't have to take a fear check. You're good.
Elf?
There he is.
And Duncan, you're there. Yeah, you don't have to take one. You don't have to take one at all.
He's back.
Oh,
right.
is it because it's an elf?
He's fine. Okay, so this thing is looking at you, and it is kind of floating in front of you, but it is not saying anything that you, all it kind of speaks in is kind of like tones and moans. It looks like it's trying to say something, but it is, all you hear is kind of like intonations that come from it.
Can Rotha see it?
Yes.
I tell it, if you can understand what I am saying, nod your head.
Okay.
Do
It
you understand the
looks
words?
like
Words coming out of my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happens is you see it move, and what happens now is you can see that it looks just like maybe an image rather than an actual person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an image of a person, almost like a 3D, like a three-dimensional movie, right? Like a holograph almost. Okay.
Right.
And it's moving, and you see it is acting as if it's trying to like act or tell you a story, almost like charades, right?
Okay.
So it's moving in
Okay.
front of you.
Words.
Gray, you're right there. Blodgett, you're right there. Gray, you have your holy symbol up, but it's as if it doesn't even know that you're what you're doing or care about what you're doing. Okay. Now, here's what it goes through, okay? So it looks as if this elf was a slave at some time, okay? And then he acts out the following story in front of you, okay? So the elf slave was being tortured at some point. A torture chamber, in a torture chamber of some sorts, and burst his bonds to escape. After, then he goes into this other kind of pantomime. After the figure breaks its chains and seems to rush forward and panting like it's out of breath, its eyes gleaming madly, its hands twisted into claws, it turns and then appears to flee up a flight of stairs, looking backward wildly over its shoulder as if it's being pursued. The elf then appears to run down a corridor, around a corner, and a hallway with many doors.
Like
He scrabbles at the latch to one of the doors until it opens. He has terror written all over his face. Into a room he runs, but it appears to have no other exits in this room. Looking over his shoulders in horror, he beats on the wall, a far wall, and attempts to tear a torch holder off of a wall. As he does, a section of the wall opens, and he leaps through the gap desperately. Now, behind him, you see there are dark, hairy, slavering forms, much like wolves of some sorts. And they're running on four legs, so they look like they're bestial, like perhaps wolves of some kind. And down the darkened passage, the elf stumbles. Only the pale yellow of his eyes are visible. Suddenly, there is a light as the wall at the end of the passage opens into a hall, and he bursts forth, beating off the baying pack of what look like some kind of wolves or dogs. Can't really make out what the forms are, but they look like wolves, and that they try to drag him down. Through an arch he runs, and there on his left is another door. He pushes the door open, but it's too late, and as a great gigantic black wolf shape leaps upon his back and bears him down into the storeroom where you are right now, ripping out his throat. Then the mangled form of the unfortunate slave is dragged off into the corner to be devoured by the slavering wolves, which is right where this corner is. You know that this is where it is, right here. Okay. So that plays out in front of you. And as soon as you are done watching, and this whole episode takes probably about 6 or 7 minutes to watch as this is going on. And so Lupo sees it, Blodgett sees it. Yeah, what the hell? All you guys see it. And as soon as the wolves leap on him and devour him, he blinks out of existence.
Could we tell at all where the light was coming from?
What, his light, the him, or the
The image that he was like
it was
showing,
just
like
no,
see how
it was
light
just
works?
right.
Being sort of projected.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he came in. He pulled a torch at some point, open a passageway.
Mhm.
Could we kind of figure out, kind of backwards from where he's going, where that
It's kind
might
of
have
like,
been?
okay, so what you just experienced was kind of like watching like a sort of a 3D movie play out in front of you, where it seems as if that was what was sort of binding him to this area.
Mhm.
And you notice also over here in the in this webbing and in this this kind of the debris that's over here, you see what look like Blodgett. You see what look like desiccated bones, and they are
Bless.
like perhaps they are elf bones.
Okay.
I'm going to bless the remains and ask. Let's just burn these. I'll bless it first, and we'll destroy them.
Okay, so you want to destroy them?
I'll bless
or what?
I'll bless his remains first.
Okay.
To say a blessing over the remains.
There's-
And
okay,
ask
so
that
gra-
Taylor
so
take him.
Gray, as you're doing this, you realize that there's like nothing here. There's nothing to bless. There's no entity, there's no. You're basically blessing the wall.
There's no remains there. There's none.
Well, there are bones there, but there is no energy, no soul energy,
Nothing left.
no
Okay.
juju over here.
Okay. So I have no sense that this thing is even around anymore. He's just gone.
No. In fact, the moment you watch the very end of it, of like this 3D movie that I played in front of you, pretty much any sense of the thing that was in front of you is gone. It's like you're utterly alone.
Okay. Well,
And there
he wanted us to know what
That's
happened
weird.
to him.
That's weird.
He must have been one of the captives here. We probably should keep our eye out for big dogs. If we're attacked by them, we'll let Aldemar beat them off.
Beat them off.
Is any of his armor or arms, swords, any of that stuff
No.
laying over there? Is
In fact,
it was stripped after they
not
killed
even
him?
not even all the bones are there.
Right.
Well,
So we're at 2 hours. You guys want to stop in this storeroom here?
we could
That's-
maybe go a little further down the up to you guys.
Maybe
Vince's
just a
call.
little. Maybe just a little bit further.
Push down the hallway a bit. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Who's up? Who wants to go?
I guess I will.
Grat and Blodgett take point.
Yep. Let's go.
Let's do this. Grat tired one fight. Good burp.
Thank you.
All right. So this continues on, and you see a bend in the corridor, like so.
Okay.
The fuck kind of chair you sitting in?
Mhm.
A little bit extra.
Yeah. The fuck. All crackling and shit.
It's old and beat
All right.
up.
So you guys can see up and around here. You're relying on improvision to do this. So
Yes.
that's about where you can see. And do you want Lupo to come with you? Give you some light? Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
pretty
idea.
good idea.
Oh, of course you do. All right.
Man,
Anybody-
get up here, Lupo.
Duncan, Aldemar, Rothus, anybody else? You guys are going to stick here and wait till they come back.
I'm just gonna follow them. No
No,
point in
I'm gonna
hanging out
follow.
here. Ghost is gone.
What do you do, Rothus?
Rothus is gonna go up to the bones real quick
Hey, Bubba.
and say I guess like an elvish blessing to it.
Eldar blessing. Okay, that probably will be good. Aldemar, what are you going to do? See all this unfolding.
I'm gonna follow them.
And Duncan. Noble.
I'm gonna follow the rest of the crew.
Okay. All right. Blodgett. Let's see. You're right here. See, just about that far down into the corridor. And you haven't seen much of anything else here. Okay. Blodgett, roll a d20. Karat,
Okay.
roll a d20. And Lupo, roll a d20.
16.
Okay, Grot,
15.
15.
Nope.
Right. You notice on right about this part of the wall right here,
Mm-hmm.
see what looks like an empty torch bracket.
Okay.
Somebody's going to pull on that, right?
Pull.
I'm sure it's up higher than I can reach.
It is. Gray, roll me a d20, please.
2.
Okay. There's something odd about the
Sconce?
bracket. Yes. Let's see. Oh, well,
Let's test it because we just saw this ghost doing the thing with the torch bracket.
okay. The closer you get up to it, Gray, it looks, to the best of your memory of the movie you just saw, it looks a lot like the torch bracket that the now dead elf was pulling on.
I'm gonna pull on it.
Okay.
Come on, man.
All right, so it takes a little muscle, but you end up pulling back on it, and you find a secret passage that is right here.
Uh-huh.
So there is a way through right here.
Shut up.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Look at that.
It's very narrow, probably only one person at a time.
Okay, let's send Blodgett first.
Wow, Gray actually found a fucking secret passage. Holy shit.
Well, the ghost told us about it. Otherwise, we probably would have missed it. Good thing I didn't turn him right away and try to talk with him first.
All right. So, and real thoughts, you're way back here. You've said our blessing, and now you are leaving.
I'm following the group.
Okay. All right. They've discovered what is a secret door that goes between these two walls, and there is a passageway beyond. However, it is probably single file only to go through that way.
Oh,
We should
could you make it up?
We should probably give some serious thought to our marching order if we're going to be lined up like this. I'm going to suggest Blodgett, then Grot. Since Blodgett and Grot are in the dark, Blodgett is probably the stealthiest. If something happens, Blodgett is short, so he can attack, but Grot can also attack over the top of him or throw the badger.
Grat,
Toss me.
Grat getting mildly annoyed that you offer up Badger as a
People are
sacrifice.
fine.
Grat,
Don't tell the elf.
Grat slap you in a moment.
Kowalski, analysis.
Oh boy.
Badger, no get tossed.
Man, could you imagine a fireball in that passageway?
No
So
fireball.
Blodgett,
passageway.
Gray is suggesting you go first.
Yeah, I'll go on ahead and go.
Grat.
Oh shit! I cast detect traps first.
Okay, you're working on it. Cast detect traps. You can burn that spell slot, and you discover that there are no traps because you've already opened the passage.
No, I mean like down in the passage.
No, there are no traps.
In the
Down
hole.
that direction, you get the distinct impression that there are no traps that way.
All right. Grat will bring up
I'll burn
the.
that spell slot.
The duration is 3 turns.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
for at least the next 30 minutes, any traps that
Okay.
regular traps, spell,
Tell
all
me where you're. Okay, so tell me where you're focusing the.
You're gonna have to go first then.
Oh no, it's when I cast find trap spell, all traps concealed normally or magically
Mhm.
of magical or mechanical nature become visible to me and this is whatever direction I'm facing
Mhm.
for the next 30 minutes.
Okay, got it.
It's
There are no
turn duration.
There are no traps on the secret door entrance that you are facing right now.
Okay, so you know what? Maybe I'll go with Blodgett behind him, because since I cast this as we're walking, in addition to him looking, any traps will just glow for the next 30 minutes. They'll just stand out for me.
Okay. Blodgett, you go through?
Yes.
Okay. You have no problem getting through here. All right.
Okay.
So who's next?
Grat go next, third in line.
Grat, you have a real problem going through here.
Grat try to hunch.
You can hunch down. You got to hunch down and kind of like, get your. You might have to like turn yourself a little bit side by side. There's absolutely no way you're going to be able to use your weapon.
All right, I'll sheathe the sword and go in like side by side.
Okay. All right, and let's open this up a little bit more.
Jesus Christ.
Blodgett, this is what you can see with your infravision. It's very dark in here.
Mm-hmm.
You have no problem moving around in this whatsoever. So you can move up to about there. And then Grot, you are just carefully squeezing yourself in through here. All right. So you got to take it kind of slow because you're a little too big to be in this. Who's next? Anybody else? Gray want to go? Who's next?
Yeah, I was going to go right behind Blodgett, actually, so that any traps that show up, I'll be able to see them.
Okay.
So
all right.
Peek past.
All right. We both there. Aldemar, what do you want to do? Duncan, what do you want to do? Do you want to go in after him?
Yeah, I figured I would take up the rear since
if
anything sneaks up behind us.
All right.
TJ left, so you have to operate Aldemar.
No worries. I'll push him along. Okay. So this keeps going off into the darkness.
Into the darkness.
Darkness.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Move up there. Grot, you move this way, and Gray, you move this way. You still do not detect any traps whatsoever. Blodgett's moving along cautiously because he has no real light source in here.
How's the air in here?
Very compressed, let's just say.
Very still.
It's muggy. It's almost claustrophobic for you because you're a big dude. Let's put Lupo in here, and we'll put Rothos right at the end of this.
What?
Unless you don't want to go in, Rothos. You don't have to. What do you want to do, Rothos?
No, I heard the music and I was like, what's happening?
I should ask you. Yes.
No, I'm going in.
Okay.
Did I give that ring of infravision to anyone, by the way?
Yeah, you give it to Gray. Gray has it.
Gray.
Okay.
Gray doesn't. He doesn't even need a. It's going for a long ass way through here.
Jesus Christ.
Moving along.
Where the hell are we?
Blodgett, anything you want to tell me? Anything you want to do? Or are you just gonna
I am moving carefully. I am scanning things. I am studying things. I am looking for any other doorways as I walk past.
Roll me. So you're slowly picking your way along.
Yeah, I'm combat moving. I'm not just trip dicking through the dungeon. I'm actually being cautious and alert. Head on.
Roll me a d20. Grot, you can't do shit.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, Gray, roll me a d20, Gray.
7.
You see nothing, but the good news is you don't see any traps amongst your nothingness, but you do have infravision. So because you have the ring, so you can, like these dudes do. All right, you go on a little bit more. Keeps going.
We ain't found shit.
Yeah, and you guys turning around in here would be very, very difficult. Except for Blodgett. Blodgett can dance, right? He could do a jig. But
I mean, Rothos could move around a bit.
Yeah, he can. But Not as well as Blodgett. And Gray. All right.
The fuck?
And Aldemar. And Lupo has the lantern, but he's behind you. Rothos, you have some light from the lantern. And Duncan is finally entering the secret passage right here. Okay, let's
I
do
still have the torch, right?
What's that? Oh, you still have the torch, yes. Blodgett, anything you want to tell me?
Head on a swivel.
Okay, Grot, anything you want to tell me?
How am I like? What's my gut feeling about this shit?
Roll D20.
God damn it!
Perception check, my friend. Let's see. Is there
2.
anything going on? 2?
Yeah.
All right. No, your gut it only says I'm hungry. Gray, anything you want to tell me?
No, I think I'm just following them along, keeping my eye open for any glowing trap indicators.
All right. Aldemar, holy shit, he rolled another 20. Nothing happened. Lupo's right here. And Rothos is right here. Rothos, anything you want to tell me?
Obviously Lupo has the torch. Am I seeing any inscriptions on the walls?
Roll a D20 for me.
1.
No, there aren't.
You fucking dumbass.
That should make you fumble. Yes, you think that you've seen ancient Cthulhu runes on the sides. Oh wait,
Freaking Cthulhu in a passageway.
It's the elder. It's the elder sign.
I'm trying to think of what would the fumble be for that in DCC. And it keeps going.
Can I detect if we're moving up or down or the direction as far as
you mean as far as the incline or the gradation? No. It seems pretty flat. I will say this though, it's very musty. It's hard. It's getting the further you get, the deeper you get into this, the harder it is for you to breathe. It's very claustrophobic for, well, certainly Grot, Gray, Aldemar. Not so much for Lupo, but Lupo's a freak anyways. And
that means Grot is very afraid of Santa Claus.
Yes. And Rothos, roll me another D20.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. 17.
Okay. You're not quite claustrophobic, but you don't like being in like confined spaces like this because there ain't nowhere to move. So, Rothos, you're there, and Duncan, you are there. Okay, once again, Blodgett, anything you want to tell me?
Some kind of weird DNA.
Can I tell about how far we have moved?
You've moved a long ass way. Your best guess is you probably moved a good 100, maybe 150 feet down this passageway.
Okay.
You can't see. You can barely make out a teeny tiny glow of light from behind you, which is Lupo's bullseye lantern.
All right. So this is like escaping from Shawshank Prison.
Escape from Alcatraz.
All right. Continue to move forward. I am trying to see if there's any kind of side doors or anything, and if I can perceive any kind of glimmer of light or anything up ahead of us.
No, dead pitch black. In fact, your infravision is almost useless.
Okay.
They're fumbling ahead of you. The only reason you know you can go forward is because the passageway is just like tight and straight ahead for you.
Oh.
But it hasn't gotten any narrower as we've continued our.
It's still about 5 or 6 feet across. It's like difficult. It's all like you can only. It's basically a single file.
Okay. So, but
Has
it's
there
not
been
that
any
bad to
narrowing?
me, so I'm not experiencing any of the claustrophobia that the others
No,
are.
you wouldn't because you're a little guy.
Yeah. So,
You're a little person.
all right, I will continue moving forward cautiously.
Not a midget. Grot. The deeper
He's
you
not
get Grot, the more like nervous and kind of like itchy and sketchy you are about this whole thing.
All right, I'm looking around. Do I see anything
To
weird?
your left and a wall to your right.
All right, fuck. This is
You can at some point you have to.
What's
like,
the badger doing? What's Benny doing?
He's in the backpack, kind of looking around, like fidgety. He's fidgety, by the way. So.
All right. Do we hear anything?
Nope. It has been very silent in this hole.
Very loudly, like Gratno, like this. I'm starting to get like fidgety myself.
All right. The only people who hear it are Blodgett, Gray, and Aldemar.
That's weird.
And Lupo is bringing up the rear. And let's see. Rothas. Anything you want to tell me, Rothas?
Am I feeling the walls at all narrowing?
It seems like they are. Duncan, anything you want to tell me?
I don't suppose there's any point in trying to look at the ceiling.
You can. You have the torch in your hand, and the ceiling looks much like the walls. There's just a touch of condensation on it.
Interesting.
Condensation.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
A little bit dampish in here. Like again, it's the humidity in this passageway is tight, and again, it's strange because it's still very cold where you guys are at.
Moist,
indeed. Okay. Let's see. Rothas, you have the highest intelligence. Roll me a d20, please.
Well, thank you.
You're a very smart guy.
Nah.
Oh my god.
Did you roll 1?
That's my third one today. Yeah, one,
dude.
Well, Gray, you're wise. Roll me a d20. What your wisdom can do that his intelligence
Talk
can.
about a brain fart.
Fuck. I got a 5. I've got a huge wisdom bonus though. I get +4 to saving throws against mental attack. I don't know if that does anything.
No, you would need you would need someone with intelligence brain to mentally attack you as it is. So
Jesus.
All right. Roll
I've
thought.
got a 16 intelligence and a 12 wisdom. Can I
in?
Sorry, what?
Okay, Duncan. As you are just about 25, 30 feet in, the door behind you, the secret door closes itself.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, I'm going to let everybody else know that.
Okay. Pass it on. Pass it up.
The door closes by itself.
The door closes. The secret passage door that you just came through closed as Duncan moved probably 30 feet in.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
None of you guys really know about that though. Okay, Blodgett, of all people, you finally get to the end here, and where is it?
Oh no.
And there is.
Oh, no.
I need a sound drop of that.
What the fuck?
No.
Okay.
What is this shit?
It dead ends right in front of you.
No.
Blodgett.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, the fucking elf came from somewhere.
Grot, Blodgett has stopped.
What's up for?
Gray, Blodgett has stopped, and Grot has stopped.
We
nothing
need to
here.
explore the walls and look for some kind of doors.
I was doing that on the way up and I didn't find anything.
Shit.
So I think the dead elf just got his revenge and sent us on a wild goose chase.
So
What the fuck?
What are you gonna do, Blodgett?
Are we gonna end it here?
Shit. Oh,
This is
God,
like an
I-
amazing. This is like a
Oh,
fucked up.
that's
This is a
alright.
fucked
You guys
up
trapped in this
cliffhanger.
tiny little
Fucked up.
corridor. God, that'd
A
be great.
fucked up cliffhanger.
Those of you who can turn around, do so. The rest of you start.
Is this a
walking your
trash
asses
masher or
backwards.
what is?
What the?
A garbage compactor?
Yeah.
So
Budget,
there's
roll me a
what is
D20.
there's got to be something. There's no point in making a tunnel that goes nowhere.
18.
18. Yeah, you listen to Gray say it's kind of pointless to have a tunnel that goes nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do, Budget?
I am looking all over
little
for
help
some way
over
of getting
here.
out of this.
All right.
Study, scurry, analyze, feel.
Okay. You find in the pitch black from where you're at, because you can't use your infravision because there's nothing in front of you. You are fumbling around and feeling around, and you feel what feels like maybe a cobblestone, a loose cobblestone. You can't really tell what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems to you that this might be a latch of some sorts
Okay.
that is in your hand. But again, you're like basically 100% blind, so you're like looking, trying to fumble around and use your fingers to you have to take your gloves off to actually use your fingers to touch around and get it. But you do find what seems like a latch in front of you.
Does my dancing sword offer any kind of light?
Yeah,
magic?
it does, because it's magical. It does have a dwemer on it.
Well, I always have that out when I'm
All
walking
right.
about in my
Well,
right
in that
hand,
case,
so-
you now see in front of you that there is what looks like a flagstone that's embedded into the wall.
Okay.
And it looks as if you could pull on it.
I will do so.
Okay.
Pull.
And it opens into a secret door that's just on here. I couldn't leave you hanging, so
That's fucking.
So it leads into what looks like some sort of room.
An even narrower hallway now.
Lined with razor blades. I've seen that horror movie too.
Yeah, that would not be good.
So Blodgett,
Slowly
you
closing
head
in.
through, and there's some kind of room beyond.
All right.
And in the faint glow of your dancing short sword, where is that?
Oh no. Someone's here. Someone's got to be here.
Shut up, sir. Rolls a 1 a lot.
You roll ones like TJ rolls 20s.
20s. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It just, someone's got to do it, I guess.
Well,
Good King Amos, sir, one's a lot. Cannot roll a 20.
all right. So here you go.
right.
So this is what you see beyond. I presume Grot's going to move into because he's getting
Right.
claustrophobic.
Right,
and
Grat's
he-
fucking annoyed as fuck.
Get
Yeah, he
out.
just kind of bells his way through.
Okay. Blodgett and Grot, you see this in the light of Blodgett's dancing short sword. This room appears to be another storeroom. Several crates have been pushed aside, and a chest has been overturned to be used as a table with a couple of casks and stools. On the overturned chest are a guttered candle in a tin candle holder, and a dog-eared deck of cards is on there. On the back of the wall is a torch bracket with an unlit torch in it.
All right.
So check that too, just in case.
Oh, we might want to light that once we come into the room, but I can't reach up and get it, so someone else will have to do that. Maybe
Well,
Duncan when he gets up here.
That the torch that unlit torch in the bracket is when you pulled on the latch, the torch bracket dropped down.
Oh, okay.
So that was probably the mechanism that you were attempting to.
Cool. All right.
So this, I will give you the rest of this room, and then we'll kill it here.
This would be a good way to stop. But place to stop. Yeah.
This is a very large room, as you can see.
Is there anything in here waiting to kill us? Is there anything on the ceilings?
A lot of
There's
fucking
nothing in
storerooms
here.
in
There's
this
a
place.
door across from you, and
Well,
there
that's good.
And you guys managed to push yourself in through here. Blodgett is right there. Push everybody in. Grot can come in.
Hey.
And we'll pull Gray
Thanks, Kiki.
in. We'll put Aldemar in.
No more obnoxious elvish ghosts.
Hey now.
Right, those fuckers.
Rithos and Duncan is here. All right. Oops.
All right, so we're all in this storeroom.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. Yes, it is a storeroom of some sorts. There are lots of goods around piled high, not unlike the other rooms you have been through.
Mm-hmm.
And so really the only thing of interest here is the overturned chest that's in the center. There's a deck of cards. It appears to be not necessarily abandoned. Clearly someone was here at some point, so it has been used. But it looks, there's not like dust or anything on it. It does look like this has been, this room is used at some point. Gray is right there, and Aldemar's right here.
We're going to want to probably keep somebody listening at the door in case we're approached.
Can we like force that torch sconce to stay put? So like lock it.
You can. Do you want to pull? Yeah, Duncan, you can go back and close the door behind you.
Yeah, I want to make sure it's like locked, like nobody's
It
coming in.
seals up just as easy as the one sealed behind you. So you moved in here. Lupo has light. Duncan has light, and this is probably a good spot for you guys to stop.
It is. This is a good place to rest and do some reconnaissance from this little home base.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right,
everyone who's been watching in the chat, we appreciate it. Thanks again, Geeky, for that 5-hour super chat.
Die.
Appreciate that. We did not die. No. It's always a positive thing when we do not die.
wow, your channel's monetized.
Look, you fucker. We've been monetized for a while. We have like 2,300 subscribers. So that's not bad.
Not too bad. Oh man, look at that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kiki.
Ned's
Pay your
calling.
dues. There you go.
All right, guys.
Cool. We'll get another thread going on our next game, and also want to get another painting talking session.
Yeah, definitely.
On another Tuesday. So I'll get.
I will not be here. I'll be in Lake Tahoe next week, but if it's like
for September.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll do our next Rollo DMing game in September and our painting session in September, so we can get Robert to paint his little mechs. Cool. Sweet. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Everyone who's going to watch in the replay, thank you as well. And Rollo, take us out.
Oh, geez. What do I have? Oh, let's do this.
Guilty.
Right, guys. Thanks for
watching, you fuckers.
Next time we'll have the long corridor that's moist that leads to the land.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, get us out of here.
No, keep going. I'm almost done.
All right.
It's Dungeons and Dragons ASMR.
We were wondering where your other hand was.
The one I need her.
Jesus Christ.
Roll initiative.
You lose. Good day, sir.
That's right. All right, everyone. Until next time, enjoy your weekends, and we'll talk to you next week. Yeah.